Let me tell you where things are going. We had a tremendous day on the campaign trail. The reason that we won this race is because we've been talking about educating our students. We've been talking about improving the economy in New Mexico. And we've talked about ethics and state government. And we didn't just do it on the I-25 corridor. We did it in all 33 counties. It's the way I ran the Democratic Party. It's the way the Dennis Colon ticket is going to win in November. As most of you know, I grew up in rural New Mexico, a wonderful county just south of Albuquerque, Valencia County.
All right, Valencia!
Co-chairs that helped put that committee together, so I don't want to offend any of my Valencianos that are here tonight.
Right.
So I'm not going to say who my official co-chairs of that county were, but there are a couple of people I've just got to point out. I love all my native Valencia County supporters equally, but there are a couple I love a little more equally than others. And the first one is right up here to my right. You can't beat Benny Cedillo, 80-some-odd years old, that's campaigned harder than anybody else in Brian Colon. And if any of you wondered whether Benny at 80-some-odd years old can still dance, he's still got it, let me tell you. I also want to point out somebody else who's really kind of been a great cheerleader for me. He's been a lot of great fun on the campaign trail. Because, you know, coincidences happen in life. And this was a wonderful coincidence. Because as many of you remember, some of you were co-hosts of our kickoff on August 31st of last year. We had one particular co-host that got some media attention for my kickoff. You might remember his name. Jose Campos.
Right!
And I want to say thank you to Jose Campos de Valencia. He supports Brian Colon. Also in Valencia County, I wouldn't do it justice if I didn't point out somebody who I helped when I was a young man getting involved in politics in Valencia County. There was a lady who inspired me by her heart of service, her wonderful smile, and her sincerity that never ended. And that is Candy Cordova. Candy, thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much. And right behind Candy Cordova is my high school teacher, Pam Cordova. She is stood with us every step of the way. Thank you, Pam. You know that I grew up in Valencia County, and you know that we had humble beginnings. You knew that my story was the story. Another 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. My story was the story of the Democratic Party. My story is the story of so many New Mexicans today who are struggling in this challenging economy. And the reason that we won this race by 5 percentage points is because people know that the lens I look through is the lens of somebody who grew up in poverty, the lens of somebody who was embraced by his community when his father passed away and his family left the state. But I stayed here because I wanted to be the first in my family to go to college. I wanted to be a product of democratic values. I wanted to be the first person in my family to break that cycle of poverty. And thanks to the community and the Democratic Party values, I was able to do it. The community has to stand to support them. And when I was 10 years old, it might have meant putting a fresh coat of paint on a table. But now it means reaching out and helping our laborers in the state of New Mexico retrain for the new economy, making sure that organized labor has a seat at the table to make sure that they are helping us as we move New Mexico forward. From out of state to come to New Mexico. But I'm a bigger believer in investing in New Mexico's small businesses. Small businesses like the ones built by my law partner Marcus Rael that currently employs 25 New Mexicans. Those are the small businesses we need to grow. from Cuesta, New Mexico, I don't care what kind of economic incentives he gets offered around the country, he's not taking his small business anywhere but right here in the state of New Mexico, because he's of New Mexico, from New Mexico, and he's built in New Mexico. And that's what we need to do.